think you can stop him? I know I can. Because I know I am. That video's in the sun.
Working with my clients has never been this easy thanks to Dropbox. The file request feature allows you to easily request content from others in a simplified way. My favorite part is that you can set deadlines so your projects will continue to move in a timely manner. And don't worry if the individual doesn't have a Dropbox account because they can still share files with you with just a boot. Dropbox will automatically organize and rename the files exactly the way I'd like without you ever having to look to delete. So go and try Dropbox today.
Controls until the end of this turn, and you can tribute one Nordic monster, then target one Aesir monster in your graveyard special summon. You can only use one Nordic Relic Smaller hand per turn, and only once that turn. So with this, you have the option of choosing what you want on each turn, whether it be on your opponent's turn, to negate the effects of their monsters, or to special summon your Nordic monster on your own turn, or vice versa, whatever you need for that specific turn to go up against your opponent. It's a much faster and easier way to summon out the Nordic gods, because you have either that or their own special summon option. But I would say Nordic Relic Fallen is definitely more consistent. With the last of the Nordic traps being 2 Nordic Relic Dunir, since this card is much more easily searchable in the deck thanks to a lot of cards, you banish one Aesir or Nordic monster you control, then target one card on the field and destroy it. Also, during your second end phase, after activation, return the monster you banished activated to the field in face of action. So even if you do have to get rid of an Aesir monster, it will be returning in just a few short turns back into the field. By then, you might even have another Aesir monster to summon out and just be very, very powerful on the field with that second one return. And then lastly, for the traps, just 3 infinite permanents, along with the Ash Blossom and the Effect Mailer. They're just spots to fill because, like I said, you just need a few cards to really go off in this deck with your combos. So being able to stop your opponents will definitely be a major obstacle. For the extra deck, moving on now, for the synchros, I'm running 3 Odin, Father of the Aesir. You need 1 Nordic Ascendant Tutor, or 2 or more non-tutor monsters, but thanks to Gulliverity and Vanitas, this can easily be met. Once per turn during main phase, you can activate the effect to have this card become unaffected by the effects of spell traps until the end phase. And during the end phase, if this face of card on the field is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 Nordic Ascendant Tutor from your graveyard to special summon it. So whether you do it by that or by Zolin, you have all these options available to you thanks to this card. But I would say Odin, you can mix around the numbers and ratios you want for the Nordic Aesir monsters, but 3 Odin being 4,000 attack and 3,500 defense is definitely needed. I run 2 Thor myself, a little weaker than Odin, but still a good option to go into. For the Nordic Beasts as well, having more of a card effect option to stop until the end phase if this face-up card on the field is destroyed. For that play, once per turn, be able to negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Odin just becomes unaffected by spell traps, but at least Thor can stop your opponent's monsters. And then lastly, 1 Loki, with this one having more of an option for a spell traps to negate on the field and destroying it. And having the same revival, just like Odin, and same for Thor, just by banishing its respective tutor from the graveyard to summon it back onto the field. If you wanted to add the additional numbers for the Nordic gods, you can take out the 1 Ascension Sky Dragon, the 1 Leo, and the 1 Baron de Fleur for additional copies, so 2 additional Lokis and 1 Thor to fill in these spots. I do also run 1 Borderland Savage Dragon. You rarely go into it, but with the Link monsters we're playing, it's a good option to rely on with those Link monsters. I do want to run 3 Gullveig of the Nordic Ascendant. This card just makes your plays. If this Link card is Link Summon, with this play, you can banish up to 3 cards on the field, and if you do, with that play, special summon that many Nordic monsters from your deck in defense position. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except for Aesir monsters, nor normal summon any set monsters. You want to activate this effect of Gullveig of the Nordic Ascendant once per turn, and while this card points to an Aesir monster, your opponent cannot target that monster with card effects, protecting the Nordic god. So with the summon of your Gullveig on the field, if this card is Link Summon, being able to banish 3 cards from your hand and or field, and if you do special summon that many Nordic monsters. So with this play, you will activate the Gullveig and then chain the Hippo Carnival on the field to its summon. So then you